So this is the story of how I got kicked out. A couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago at the time this video is uploaded, right? I uploaded a video that was titled with I got an apartment in all caps in parentheses. Now, for somebody who doesn't watch this channel regularly, or somebody who's just now tuning in, or somebody who is very surface level with that type of stuff and don't follow me on social media, on other social medias, that's a great thing, right? That's an amazing thing. If you've watched the video, you know, it sounds like nothing but great news, yada, yada. But I never really gave the information behind that, besides on Twitter, besides the GoFundMe that we made to raise money to move out. And besides to my close, very, very close friends, and I kind of just kept it to myself. Most likely I did. So no, this isn't clickbait at all. I know I'm recording this in the house that I'm talking about, but in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks, you will see that this background is going to change soon. I want to count this video as like a prelude to the Look What You've Done video, but I'm recording it right after. So this is like some fourth wall breaking type of stuff. This is just me just giving you the context to everything that has transpired in the month of October that's been going on for like the last like 4 or 5 years of my life. And I understand, I'm not like a very open person. I just now started to get open about my thoughts and my emotions and my mental health, to you guys as viewers, this year. But I know that like as I've gone through YouTube, I've kind of kept like a really good, I try to adhere to the, your audience doesn't care about your personal life rule. Just upload content, you know what I'm saying? And every now and then I'll just chime in, drop some gems in a video, and that be it. You know, we started the podcast really soon, and it's one of those gateways to speak my mind and talk about a lot more stuff. But I never really go deep into my personal life unless it's with my friends, and then some of my subscribers or members, in the Discord. So yeah, I'm getting kicked out. By the time this video is uploaded, I will literally be coming back from Anime Week in Atlanta. And that Wednesday, I might upload it this Wednesday. I might actually upload it this Wednesday. I will be moving to my new apartment, and then the next couple of videos, you might see like some pre-recorded, bulk recorded stuff. I'm not sure what future Nick is gonna do. But you might see like some pre-recorded videos, and then out of nowhere, you'll probably like a follow-up video to this. But yeah, I got kicked out. I want to say for the last 4 or 5 years, this house that I've been living in has been very, very toxic, very, detrimental to my mental health. I want to say, it's just not the place that I ideally want to grow up in, nor become a grown man in. It sucks because looking back on it, you know, when we were younger, everything was so much easier to do and so much easier to just shrug off and stuff like that. But now when you get older and, you know, your needs and your environment starts to like really affect you mentally and physically. Like for those who don't know, I used to be skinny as hell. If you go back to like some old Pack South vlogs, you would know that I used to be like really slim, but because of my environment, I got fat. I got fat from overeating, depression and stuff like that. And most of that was fueled by what's been going on in this house. I'm recording this literally while nobody is here because I feel like this type of information I'm going to be giving out to you guys, is very, 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 sensitive. And I'm sure nobody wants to, you know, fuck them, right? It is what it is, whatever. I just don't want them to hear me speak about this stuff to you all at the end of the day, because it's going to cause some more drama, whatever, right? But yeah, I live in a 5-bedroom house with my grandmother, my aunt, her 2 kids, and then one of my cousins has one, special needs kid, and another one coming here. And it's weird how this year kind of played out. To give you preference, if you guys know my younger brother, Max, he used to be, on YouTube as well. He used to actually live with me. He doesn't live with me anymore, because I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. They bullied him out. They made it seem like, oh, he wasn't doing anything in the house, when originally he was only there to go to school, which he was doing, but, you know, they figured he wasn't doing anything in the house, so, kick him out, and then ends up being one of the few people that were still helping out labor-wise in the house. And so now this house is kind of like a pigsty, really. And, the only people that can actually help, my grandmother, who's like 83 years old, is me. Everybody else, they work. Everybody else, they go out to eat, go out to drink, all that stuff, party. They have relationships. They go out, they do their own things. And really it just leaves me to take care of the house and grandma, in case of an, absence of people who are more responsible and more, the part than I am, And that's been the case for the last 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 or 5, not really sure. But honestly, it's toxic as heck. I'm not gonna lie to you. But let's focus on October because, no, pause. Let's rewind all the way back to May. Because around May, a lot of stuff happened and I wanted to basically just, I guess we had gotten into an argument, like an altercation, and I really wanted to move out. It just was not a really healthy space to be at. It wasn't a good place to be at. For those who don't know how crazy it is in the house, literally, I don't eat nothing that's in the refrigerator. In the refrigerator, it's all sectioned off as to who owns what in the refrigerator. All my stuff that I eat is mostly fast food because I have to order it out, because if I eat anything in the refrigerator, somebody's going to complain about it. I have to buy snacks on Amazon, and keep it in my room. And if I eat anything outside, they're going to complain about it. That's how bad it is. So in order to get over and get out of this situation, I had made a GoFundMe back in May, and I kept it up until July. But we didn't hit the goal. The goal was $5,500, and that was it. And we only made $3,500 at that time, and I wasn't really promoting it like that because I just felt bad and wanted to bring people, and be a burden to people and put my issues out there for other people to solve, stuff like that. And, I saw somebody say something oh, get a job. It's dog, I have a job. Money isn't the issue here. Money is not the issue, when it comes to this situation in particular. It's not get a job, none of that. It's not, go outside. It's none of that. It's literally, this house is just a terrible place to be. And I remember back in May when I made the GoFundMe, my cousins who live with me now, who are the ones that are, gung-hoing to get me kicked out, or kicking me out rather. They were looking for an apartment place, the same place that, I'm looking for too. And we would just go out and drive to these different complexes, these different areas, to basically go to these places and see what they have to offer, what the rent is, all this extra stuff, and that's it. We go through the whole summer, and I decided to, okay, since I didn't hit the goal for the GoFundMe, what I am going to do is I'm going to keep the money, put it in a separate PayPal, and just whenever I get paid from YouTube, just start putting stuff away in there, and just start putting most of my money from that after bills are done. And it got to the point where after that, I made it to at that time at $4,500. I was Gucci. I was okay, we're maybe we're 1,000 after, 1,000 left. It's a couple more payments. Let's do it. And I was going to go through the entire winter. I was going to go through the entire fall. And in the spring, I was going to move out. The spring next year, I was going to move out to where I'm going to now, unfortunately. And that was the plan in my head. I did not tell my cousins or my grandmother or my mom about my plan because in my opinion, it wasn't nobody's business. I just told them, hey, I'm looking for a place to live. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but I am looking to move out very soon. Very soon, couple months, the vibes, right? But apparently they were too. Apparently they wanted to move out because they needed a bigger space for their 2 kids who need the extra medical attention, who need the extra service that the hospital can provide, as well as themselves to be there and present with them, to provide for them, right? No issues there, right? Let's rewind this. Let's forward this all the way to October. Literally the first week of October. I'm getting ready to go to Anime Week in Atlanta. I'm literally buying my flights, buying my Airbnb, setting up plans with my Atlanta people to set up, little dinner dates and stuff like that. And I get a random text message one time after, going to the gym. And it was basically my cousin who, like I said, was looking for an apartment, who was looking for a place to stay, basically saying, hey, we need you to relocate. And I said, wait a moment. What? And so it goes through this long argument of why they need the house versus why I need the house, my original plan with the house or with me, and then what they need immediately. Like, they were not trying to, there's a whole other room in this house that nobody uses. Well, my cousin uses it, but he's never here, that they don't want to use. They don't want to use that at all. They're trying to kick me out, but there's a room that nobody uses besides my cousin, who only comes here maybe like 2 or 3 days in a month. But I use this room every single day. You guys see these videos. I'm in here every single day. The dailies are popping off every time. You know, the streams. Y'all see me, right? But for some reason, they kept focusing on me being kicked out. And so she comes with this information that's basically saying like, hey, I talked to grandma. I talked to your mom. I talked to your other grandma. I talked to your aunt. You know, they all know that this is a thing. And when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, so my family's trying to get me kicked out of this house? Like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, you have to relocate with your grandmother, or you have to relocate with your mom, all this extra stuff. And I'm just like, wait a minute, so you want me to, out of nowhere, pack all my things and just up and leave when I had a plan to move out anyway because you need a house?
What?
There were two things in what she was trying to say to me that really made me mad, right? One, she said that she could relocate, meaning that money isn't an issue here. It's for the sake of convenience being next to my grandmother here, who already stays and watches one of her children, whenever the nurses are out. And just having the accessibility to my grandmother as like a daycare or like a babysitter for whenever they want to go out or whenever they're not out or whenever they're not around or they're at work or whatever. Like, she wants the conveniency of having the grandma there. But she can relocate. Mind you, the goal was 5,500. I only have 4,500, right? She wanted me to just go. And I'm like, where? The second thing was she gave me 2 weeks to move out. Now, I'm no regular person. I can't make magic happen. Literally, you can't expect somebody to find a place to stay in 2 weeks. Luckily for me, the places that I got just now recently opened up a lot of apartments. A lot of them. Like they were signing leases for the season. They were just literally just starting up, and I just so happened to apply when I did, and they hit me back like a week after. By pure coincidence. Like, they were like, hey, you missed us by like a week. We would have not been able to accept you. I literally just got done talking to the lady right now. That little red folder right here next to me, that holds like everything that, the location, all that stuff, like everything. And so for a day or two, I go back and forth with her. Like, you know, I understand that you need this room, but it's kind of unfair that on such a short notice, you're trying to get me like removed from a house that I still use to this day, where you are only here whenever your child is here, and we have a whole other room that nobody else uses. So I'm sorry, but no, I'm not gonna move. I don't have it to move, and I'm not gonna go live with my grandmother or my mom because they don't have room for none of this stuff that you guys see. And they don't have room for these lights, these studio lights that are like one right here, one right here. They don't have the space for this big ass, long ass L-shaped desk. They don't have the space for like all the little shit that you don't see off the screen. They don't have space for this type of stuff. They don't have it. And she got mad when I said no. She had went to my mom and tried to like, play crybaby, like, oh, hey, he's saying no, yada, yada. Mom tried to tell me, shit like that. Like, tried to convince me to go with the plan. I said no. My grandmother was like, you know, you don't have to move if you don't want to, but you can always stay with me. It's totally fine. We can make some space for you. And I said, no, I'm not gonna ruin what I already have in my own plan to, I guess, cater to you and yours. When you already had a plan, you said you could relocate. So why do I have to move? No, I'm not going to. And it goes the argument goes on for like a couple of days. And I think on like a Tuesday, on like a random Tuesday, stuff hits the fan, obviously. My family has like this little random, has like this small Facebook group chat where all of them are inside. And literally, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Like the stuff that I saw them type to each other, the various amount of paragraphs, a lot of hurtful things, a lot of under the belt things that shouldn't be said to a family member, a lot of stuff that like caused trauma for a lot of people, were said. And it was all from my cousin. And I'm like, wait a minute, like you're you're being toxic as hell, you know, to people who you need help from. At the end of the day, like, you can try to kick me out, but that's not going to negate the fact that you need professional help for your kids. Like, you do. Your grandma's not going to save those kids. There's trained professionals to do so. And so the conversation keeps going on, and it all comes down to when I called her kids special needs. And it was weird to me because special needs is a term that I'm pretty sure we're all very familiar with. Special needs is not an insult. It'd be different if I called them, like, you know, retarded or slow or dumb, stuff like that, right? But I'm pretty sure special needs is a proper term for kids that need extra assistance, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Let me know. But she proceeded to threaten to beat my ass and also destroy a lot of my YouTube equipment, meaning my computer. She was threatening to bash my 2 monitors in, break my lights and all that, destroy my TVs and my consoles, everything. She was, and I want you to know, I thought it was all fluff until a couple hours later. And so I told her, I said, hey, you can do all that if you want to, you know, you can keep with these threats and that's fine. I screenshotted all of them, by the way. I said, you can do this if you want to, but I'm calling the police on you because I promise you, if you touch me, I'm fighting you. She's like 5'2", I'm like 5'10", I'm not gonna hit no girl. Even if it is a person that's like 10 years older than me, that's my cousin. I'm not gonna fight my cousin who's a girl, who's like a munchkin to me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going, me personally, I'm not going to. So I said, if you want to act like you want to act, by all means go ahead, but understand I will call the police. And she said, fine, whatever. And that was it. It was quiet for like maybe 2 or 3 hours afterwards, and that was literally it. And the next thing I know, they come home. I hear a knock on the door. I answer. Nobody is at the door. They don't respond, but they still knocked on the door. So they figured I was there, and they leave, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, they're outside. I have my door locked. I was recording, and my grandmother calls me, and she's like, hey, lock your doors. Don't come outside. They have a weapon. And I said, excuse me? So I called the police, and I came outside. They got all loud and rowdy, and they proceeded to, like, make threats, call me names, all this extra shit. And I look on the table, because we have, like, this little balcony set furniture or whatever, and I see, like, this humongous ass, like, crowbar, or this humongous, like, big rod of whatever. This is metal. I don't know what it is, like a sledgehammer or something, like a small ass sledgehammer or something. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, where did this come from, Grandma? And she said she came upstairs, knocked on your door, you answered. She came back right out, went into her car trunk and grabbed this thing. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, word? And so when I walked out, they were all rowdy. Like I said, they were calling me names. The police were there. They were threatening to, like, punch me and beat me up and jump on me and stuff like that. And I told them, I said, look, y'all could do all this rowdy shit if y'all want to. I'm calling the police on you. And that was it. And so they all left when the police told them to get away. The cops told me that if they continue to come to the house and, you know, start up issues, call them and they will be arrested. Because that's like the 3rd time I had to call the police on them in the entire time I've lived here. Because this isn't the first time they threatened to destroy my stuff. This isn't the second time they threatened to destroy my stuff and beat me up. This isn't none of that, right? So I said, sure. And so give it about like maybe 2 or 3 more days and they all come back into the house. And it's been like real silent treatment, side-eye looks, stuff like that. Mind you, I was already applying to places to stay at because at that point I didn't know what was going on. The day when she told me that she needed to use my room and she needed to basically make me relocate, I said, okay, well, if everybody else is already on this like, oh, Nick, you have to go crusade, I'm just gonna apply to some place and that'd be it. I'm just gonna apply and see what I can do. But if I can't come up with something in 2 weeks, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to move, you know. But she didn't let it cook is the problem, right? And so for like the last like 2 or 3 weeks, the entire month of October, it's kind of just been like real silent treatment, real like smart remarks, little side eyes and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I've been very silent about me getting the apartment and me being accepted into the apartments that I'm going to now. And then to be honest with you, I'm very terrified. I'm very scared because of the simple fact that, for those who don't know, on the YouTube channel, we're going through a very transitional period, from sticking to one form of content to a variety of content. And money isn't all that, you know what I'm saying? Money isn't doing that good. Views aren't doing that good. A lot of people seem to not be interested in the type of content that's being uploaded. And some people are only sticking for one thing. People are fickle. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it all just comes down to support at the end of the day, right? Support has been kind of flaky as of recent. And now I'm basically forced to move out. I basically was rushed out of moving out originally than I had planned, right? So now I have to go through the entire, winter, basically just trying to survive at this point. But it wouldn't be without my friends and my followers who knew of this situation, beforehand, on Twitter and other social medias in the description. That helped out because the GoFundMe, at that point, the GoFundMe was raised and my friend Matt was able to provide a couple extra $1,000, to secure the place as well as secure, everything for the moving, right? So it's great to know that whenever everything hits the fan, the people that, that say they're behind me are behind me. To be honest with you, I could cry right now because a lot of stuff, like I said, a lot of stuff has been said, a lot of stuff has been done in the last couple of years. And I think now that I turned 23, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to move out. I'm ready to be my own person. I'm ready to be Nick as much as Nick can. But at the same time, and this is going to sound like I'm begging, but I am, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I actually need your help. At the end of the day, I'm obviously going to be applying to like other part-time positions in some places. But if nobody can hire the boy, I mean, I'm going to be living off YouTube and Twitch and Patreon for Lord knows how long until I can find an actual part-time job. Or if I don't find a part-time job, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing about it. I'm terrified because I don't know the future in it. I know everybody's excited, but I'm terrified. My mom, grandma, a lot of my friends are proud. A lot of my friends are excited for me. But in my eyes, it's like, hey, nobody sees these statistics like I do. Like nobody reads these comments. Like nobody sees these views, For everybody who watches that say they support me, this is probably the most important time I need your support ever. Like I understand that there's shit that you might not be interested in, but I'm gonna need you to come through with at least a like and a comment or something. Cause I don't know. I'm terrified. Like the amount, like I can't hold you. The last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety, panic attacks for a little bit, shit that I don't even speak to my friends about. It's crazy. Cause I think at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like, the closer that we get to the 6th of November, the closer that I get to being on my own and actually being responsible for moving. And if I can't stay in wherever I'm moving to, where am I going to go? The place that I'm moving to is like 20, 30 minutes out from where I'm living at right now. So it's like, where do I go? And I'm very, very terrified. So if anybody's interested in supporting or whatever, if you can't do it financially, I just need you to leave a like, watch the ads, and leave a comment. If anybody's interested in supporting financially, that's in the description section below. If anybody's interested, it don't matter. Well, it does matter. I'm not gonna lie to you, it does matter. But honestly, these next couple of months for me are about to be the most life-changing months for Nick as much as possible. To be honest with you, I'm very excited about it, but I do hate the circumstances that come with the excitement. Like, it's like, hey, I'm moving out finally. It's like, yeah, but you're still getting kicked out. Like, you still have a really rough patch with your family. You still have a really, messed up relationship with your family members. Like, you still are going to be on your own on a very unstable platform with a very weird and indecisive, support system when it comes to just supporting on any video, rather than specific videos, So it's like, damn, like I'm really gonna go into the unknown by myself, And, shout out to the friends who've given me like prep talk, who've given me like, advice, who've given me like, some extra, knowledge when it comes to moving out and living on your own. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I'm scared for my life. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm terrified. I can cry right now how terrified I am. But, at the end of the day, I will say this though, the content that I'm gonna be making now that I am on my own is gonna be amazing. I can finally not be insecure about this background with all this shit in the background. I can finally not be insecure about the noises that you hear in the background of videos or random cutouts that you guys just don't know about, whether I'm progressing or whatever, or even having to stop midstream or something like that. Like I can actually be the type of content creator and a human being that I am without having to adhere to sticking to this one room. Because as far as I'm concerned, like I said, I stick into this little weird square doghouse shaped room. I only go downstairs and upstairs to get water. I don't eat anything in this house. I'm forced to order out all the time, because if I touch anything in the cabinets or the refrigerator, it's an argument. It's somebody saying some shit they don't want to say. It's a lot of stuff. So it's like, damn, like I'm really, really scared. I'm really, really terrified, but I'm excited to be on my own finally. I'm excited to have a place personalized by me, for me. Have my own rules, have my own like say and so and things. And I'm excited for the content. I think the content, like Afro said, your content about to have a big Zenkai boost, and I can feel it, you know? I want to do like a cooking with Nick series, or a cooking with Sacred series, or sacred cooking, whatever you want to call it, it's whatever. I want to have like a cooking series. I want to bring back, the Sacred Question series. I want to open up a PO box eventually. I want to, do longer streams. I want to probably bring back the Twitch for a little bit for those who can't support on YouTube, and only like Twitch, or for Twitch Prime and stuff like that. I want to put more, raw, unfiltered content versus Let's Plays, or rather than Let's Plays on the Patreon. I really want to go all out on content now, because at this point in time, I kind of have to until I can get like a part-time job, and even end like a part-time job is part-time. It's not permanent, right? So, I don't know. I'm terrified. But hopefully I'm excited at the same time. Thank you so much for anybody that has watched this full video and has given me like the time of day, whether it was supporting videos in the past or supporting anything going forward. You know, we're in this together, y'all. We're in this together. Hopefully I don't, hopefully I don't fail. Hopefully I make everybody happy and proud. And hopefully I step up to the plate accordingly. Cause all I can do is what I can do, at the end of the day. But some things are out of my hand, unfortunately. So, thank you so much for watching this. I will see you guys in the next video, whether it's whatever bulk recorded video that I have and or, whatever, follow up video to this, whatever. I don't know, but, I'll talk to you guys when I get the chance. I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for changing my life. And thank you so much for saving me from this situation, and hopefully and potentially saving me from, whatever, upcoming challenges will await me whenever I go to being on my own. I signed the lease and everything. It's a go. In the next couple of days, it's a go. From when this video is uploaded, it's a go. So, I'm excited. I'm nervous. Thank you so much, for the ear. Thank you so much, all my friends. Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys when I see you. Bye.